The safest choice you ever made with your money is probably the one quietly ruining your future. That sounds backwards. It's supposed to sound backwards. We're taught from childhood that safety means avoiding risk. Don't invest, it might go down. Don't start the business, it might fail. Don't ask for the raise, they might say no. Just save what you can, keep it in the bank, and don't rock the boat. But here's the problem nobody tells you about. Standing still is not neutral. It is not some calm, risk-free middle ground where nothing happens to you. It is a decision, and like every decision, it has a cost. While you're playing it safe, two forces are working against you every single day, whether you notice them or not. Inflation is quietly shrinking what your money can buy, and time, the one resource you can never get back, is slipping through your fingers while you wait for some perfect, risk-free moment that never actually arrives. So today we're going to break down exactly how excessive caution, the kind that feels responsible, feels smart, feels like the mature choice, is actually one of the riskiest financial decisions a person can make. Let's start with the most obvious one. Cash sitting in the bank. As of July 2026, the national average interest rate on a standard savings account in the United States sits at around 0.38%, according to FDIC data. Meanwhile, the most recent inflation report showed prices rising about 4.2% year over year. Do the math on that for a second. Your money is earning less than 0.5% a year. But the cost of everything you'd actually spend that money on, groceries, rent, gas, is climbing over 4% a year. That gap doesn't just sit there quietly, it compounds year after year in the wrong direction. Which means the $5,000 you tucked away for safety last summer buys noticeably less today. Not because you spent it. Not because the number in your account went down, it didn't. The number is exactly the same. But the world got more expensive around it. And your dollars, sitting still, got quietly weaker. That's the first hidden risk. The illusion that a savings account is a finish line, when really it's a slow leak. Now let's talk about the second cost, and this one is even sneakier because it doesn't show up on any statement at all. It's time. Every year you spend waiting for the perfect moment to invest, the market to calm down, the economy to feel stable, is a year you don't get to compound your money in. And compounding is not some small, boring detail. It is the entire engine behind long-term wealth. Historically, the stock market has returned an average of around 10% a year before inflation, over long stretches of decades. That's not a guarantee for any single year. Some years it's up 30%. Some years it drops hard. But smoothed out over time, that has been the long-run pattern. Here's what that actually means in practice. If you invest early and let that growth compound for 30 years, your money can roughly double, then double again, simply by staying invested through the ups and downs. But if you wait 10 years to start, hoping to feel safer first, you don't just lose 10 years of contributions. You lose 10 years of doubling, and because compounding builds on itself, those early years are worth far more than the later ones. Waiting doesn't feel like a loss in the moment. It feels responsible. It feels careful. But it is, quietly, one of the most expensive decisions a person can make with their financial life. Let's move to the third area where extreme caution disguises itself as wisdom, and that's income. Staying in the same job, at the same pay, without ever asking for more, without building a new skill, without exploring a better opportunity, feels stable. It feels low risk. But wages that don't grow are wages that are losing ground. If your pay stays flat while prices rise 4% a year, you are effectively taking a pay cut every single year without ever seeing it happen. Multiply that over 10 or 15 years, and someone who never negotiated, never switched roles, never invested in a new skill can end up earning significantly less in real terms than someone who did, even if their job title looks almost identical on paper. The risk here isn't the awkward conversation of asking for a raise. The risk is assuming that staying quiet keeps you safe. Now, the fourth point, and this one trips up even people who consider themselves financially careful. Over-preparing for every possible disaster while ignoring the slow, certain one that's already happening. Some people keep enormous amounts of cash sitting idle, far beyond what they'd ever need for an actual emergency. because it feels responsible. It feels like protection. But an oversized emergency fund isn't protection. Once you're past a reasonable cushion, usually somewhere in the range of 3 to 6 months of expenses, extra cash beyond that stops protecting you from anything specific. Instead, it just sits there, losing value to inflation, while doing nothing to grow your future. You're not guarding against a real threat anymore. You're paying an invisible cost to feel comfortable. And that leads to the fifth and final point, which is really the idea underneath all the others. Risk isn't the enemy. Stagnation is. We tend to picture risk as the dramatic stuff. Losing money in a bad investment, a business that fails, a big swing that doesn't pay off. But there's a quieter, far more common kind of risk that almost never gets talked about. The risk of doing nothing for so long that inflation and lost time do more damage than any bad decision ever could have. Nobody feels that kind of risk in the moment. There's no dramatic loss, no bad headline, no single event you can point to. Just years, quietly passing, while the gap between where you are and where you could have been slowly widens. So here's the reframe. Safety was never about avoiding every risk. It was never about freezing in place until things felt certain. Real safety comes from managing risk on purpose, understanding it, sizing it, and taking it deliberately instead of avoiding it out of fear and calling that avoidance a plan. The people who build real financial security over time aren't the ones who took no chances. They're the ones who took calculated ones, again and again, while everyone else was waiting for a guarantee that was never going to come. Doing nothing feels safe. It has always felt safe. But feeling safe and being safe are not the same thing, and the difference between them is measured in years you don't get back. If this shifted the way you think about what safety actually means, it would help a lot if you hit like on this video, so more people who need to hear this actually see it. And if you want to keep building on this idea, subscribe for more videos that break down the real numbers behind the financial decisions that shape your wealth and your future. The next video in this series goes even deeper into exactly how to start taking that first calculated step without gambling everything you've worked for.